Years ago, I created a Google Doc that I titled Crap I Say to Myself as an Addict. I wasn't an alcoholic or a drug addict or a gambler. I was addicted to negativity and self-help. And I was documenting the vitriol I unleashed on myself on a daily basis. This was despite the fact that I was reading a mountain of self-help books and psychology books and doing affirmations and working on my mindset. I believe all of those things actually end up keeping you stuck because they're built on the premise that you are broken and the solution is outside of you. They make you believe that all you need to do is just love yourself more. I don't think you need to love yourself more. I think you need to learn to accept yourself. That is what I've discovered. Because at the core of it, there is a part of you that does love yourself, or you wouldn't be trying to improve in the first place. And that even looks like something as simple as taking care of yourself. For me, that was, getting up and getting dressed, taking a shower, interacting with people, reading, moving my body every day, eating healthily. So despite the fact that I was demonstrating I had a level of love for myself, everything in the self-help industry convinced me I must really hate myself. Because what happens is, and I've seen this for me and experienced this myself and seen this in my clients, is that you take one area of your life that isn't working, you make it all about you, and then you make it spread into every other area of your life. So for me, it was my business wasn't going as well as I'd liked. So that made me a complete failure. And all I could focus on was what wasn't working. I ignored everything else in my life. And when you do that, that's what you get more of. And really what started to shift was starting to identify and recognize what was working, what was going well. And it didn't have to be specifically about my business. It could be about my health. It could be about my relationship. It could be about my social life. It could be about my spiritual life. There's so many areas of your life. But of course, when you're focused on that one thing that isn't working, you become, like tunnel vision. And really, instead of buying into the belief that you must really hate yourself and that's why your business isn't going as well or your relationship is having a hard time, it's not you that you hate. It's the situation that you're in. And that situation can and will change. And no, it's not through seeking solutions outside of you, through the self-help industry or affirmations or all the fancy tips and techniques out there. It's coming to recognize the truth of who you are. And instead of believing and knowing what is true about you, instead of believing the lies that you are telling yourself about yourself, it's coming to recognize the truth about yourself. Because this is a spiritual battle. And there is nothing more that the enemy likes than for you to turn against yourself, to learn to hate yourself, because then you'll turn against God. And then you'll separate from God and start to seek validation in this world instead of from the one who made you. When you come to the truth of who God says you are, everything begins to change. You start to realize the fruit of the Spirit is love, is peace, not confusion, and not hate. And you can have more of that. And with that comes this freedom, a freedom from the anxiety, a freedom from the self-doubt, the self-attacks, which allows you to really experience greater fulfillment in your career, whatever that might be. It allows you to start shifting in that area. It allows you to create greater intimacy in your relationship, and ultimately allows you to really create inner security instead of the inner conflict and inner despair that you've been experiencing. And there is unlimited access to that. So if you are tired of fighting against yourself and all the negativity and doubt and confusion and just wrestling on and on, really want to come to a place where you're experiencing more peace, experiencing more joy, experiencing an inner freedom, I encourage you to reach out to explore working together, where you can really begin to unveil the truth of who you are and step into and create the true story of you, which is you thriving and fulfilled and a level of deep inner peace and deep expressions of joy.